Hey, it's John, and joined today by... Apparently I just get to say it. Henry, my little guy, who's helping out today. And we want to give you an update, because we got to run out in just a minute here to the post office and ship a big box full of some things we've been working on for the last 2 weeks now? About 2 weeks. Yep. Alright, so we are part of the build for Magic Wheelchair is done. And we have two of these guys, one right here and one back behind us over there. So the two blasters for the Destroyer Droid build, that team that we are part of, is done. And I just wanted to show you guys real quick what those look like, and then also have a little documentation of what they ended up looking like before I send them away and probably don't see them again in person. But these are going to Texas. They are going to final assembly. Our build team is putting all the parts made from makers across the United States here, and they're going to get final assembled and then shipped off to San Diego for Comic-Con, which is going on in just a couple of weeks from now. Here is everything. I wanted to say a special thanks to Matterhackers for supplying the PLA for this build. Both of these blasters were printed in Matterhackers Build Series PLA. Prints turned out very nice. The post-processing on them was very straightforward and simple. Sanding, and then a combination of a ton of filler primer. Each one of these probably have at least close to a pound of filler primer on them. And then some glazing and spot putty too, to give a surface that is semi-smooth. Now this was a bit of a rush job, so I could have spent a lot more time on there, and I would have liked to have spent a lot more time on it, but when we follow the golden rule of replica props and costuming, that at 5 feet it looks pretty cool. And from the camera right now, we're about that 5-foot range, and under less than ideal lighting conditions in the shop, I think it looks pretty good. Out in the sun, where it's probably going to be when it's unveiled, I'm assuming it's going to be outside, it looks pretty cool. So, update on the Magic Wheelchair Kickstarter is over $15,000 on a $21,000 goal, which goes until, I believe, the 17th or the 18th. So if you've not donated yet, go ahead. There'll be a link down below for you to do that, to help them get to the $21,000 goal, so that they can get these kids and their families. Remember that there's 7 different Star Wars builds that are going to be unveiled at San Diego Comic-Con in about 2.5 weeks. So got to get all those kids out, their families out, put them up somewhere at the con, so that we can present, Magic Wheelchair can present these builds to the kids. I want to say thanks to Sean for having me be part of his build team and thinking of me. It's been a lot of fun. I'll definitely do this again in the future should the opportunity come up. And if you guys, anybody watching, wants to get involved with Magic Wheelchair, you go to magicwheelchair.org. They have information on how to volunteer, how you can donate, how you can become part of a build team or start a build team as well. And if you enjoy making things and making things like this, and supporting a great organization, I encourage you very strongly to go ahead and find out that information, get it, and find out how you can help out as well. Henry's been my little assistant here for the past couple weeks. We spent today in a mad rush to get these finished up so that we can get them shipped out today so they can get to Texas on Friday. So thanks, Henry, for helping out. You're a big help with sanding, a big help with getting everything polished up with the chrome finishes here. Real briefly, the way this was finished, mostly everything was airbrushed. Again, filler primer on the bottom, lots of sanding, glazing and spot putty to smooth things out, and then the paint was all airbrushed, combination of aluminum colors, gunmetal on top of that, some weathering on top of that, clad chrome on the brightest parts here, and then on top of that went some silver rub and buff to give a little bit more of a shine to it. The nice thing about this was that as all these, the Destroyer droids were all CGI generated for the movie, had some artistic license when it came to the finishing. Did some other things too at the end today, added some discoloration from heat on the barrels, to give that a little bit more of a realistic look there. So it's been a fun build. I had a lot of good times doing this. I am thankful that it's done and that I'm getting it out on time. Now I can get back to some other stuff. So Magic Wheelchair, if you get a chance to support them, go to magicwheelchair.org. Find the Kickstarter links down below. If you like what you see on the channel, go ahead, like the video, subscribe. Right, Henry? Yep. This kid's a YouTube expert. Knows more about it than I do. So it's John from 9142 Props and Armory saying thanks to everybody involved, or thanks to everybody who supported this, the few of you that I know that donated some money to go towards materials and all of that other stuff and offered your help. You guys are awesome. So it's John. See you next time. Bye. Bye, Henry. I need to talk this time.